Disney spent billions on streaming, parks, and digital integration. On paper, it looked like the perfect omnichannel ecosystem. But instead of seamless flow, they created friction. Customers discovered content on Disney Plus but couldn't claim loyalty rewards when buying park merchandise. They'd add items to a digital cart, then had to walk to a physical register to finish the transaction. Prices didn't match between channels. The app was fragmented. Now compare that to Home Depot. Same challenge, brick and mortar plus digital. Different result. Same-day pickup works because inventory syncs across stores and online. The app shows real stock at your nearest location. Loyalty points work identically whether you're shopping in-store or online. No contradictions. No forced context switching. The real problem isn't omnichannel itself. Every scaling business needs it. The problem is how Disney connected those channels, or failed to. They built channels independently instead of designing the ecosystem first. Each division optimized their own platform without considering the customer's complete journey. And if a 150 billion company stumbles this badly, your omnichannel strategy probably has the same hidden friction points, killing conversions quietly. We're going to expose exactly where Disney's integration collapsed and what you must do differently. Disney's original vision made sense on a whiteboard. Disney Plus streaming would drive awareness. The mobile app would let customers reserve park experiences and browse merchandise. Digital purchases would be available for in-store pickup. Loyalty points earned on streaming would transfer to park spending. One customer, one data profile, one seamless experience. But the execution broke into 3 systemic failures that teach you everything about what kills omnichannel at scale. First failure: data silos. Disney Plus and the parks operated on completely separate customer systems. A subscriber watching The Mandalorian for months didn't get recognized when they walked into a park gift shop. No profile sync, no shared purchase history, no unified customer ID traveling across touchpoints. Each system treated the customer as a stranger. This means no personalization, no loyalty recognition, and no way to track the actual value of a Disney Plus subscriber when they made park purchases. Second failure: inventory chaos. Items sold online showed as unavailable in stores, and vice versa. A toy might be in stock at 50 park locations, but the app wouldn't know it. Customers had no way to check availability before making a trip. They'd drive to a park, find the thing they wanted was gone, and leave frustrated. Or they'd order online only to discover it was actually on the shelf 30 feet from their house. Third failure: loyalty fragmentation. Points earned on Disney Plus didn't transfer to parks. Points from park merchandise didn't work on streaming. Your best customers, the ones spending across multiple channels, had to manage separate loyalty balances. This trained them to stop consolidating spending at Disney. Why be loyal when you get no cumulative benefit? Then came the pricing contradiction. A Mandalorian figurine cost $19.99 on the Disney Shop online, but $24.99 in parks. A Funko Pop was cheaper on Amazon than in the official app. Disney Plus subscribers, your most engaged customers, saw no discount anywhere. This wasn't strategic pricing. This was chaos. It broke trust. Customers concluded they should shop elsewhere rather than consolidate at Disney. The app became the worst friction point. Lightning lane reservations, wait times, and merchandise browsing were buried in separate tabs. The checkout experience was painful. You'd add items to a cart, then the app would force you to a physical register. No mobile payment, no saved preferences. Every transaction felt like starting over. Finally, Disney launched a resale marketplace without integrating it into anything. Different accounts, different interfaces, different return policies. Instead of creating a unified ecosystem, they trained customers to use third-party resellers instead of Disney's own platform. Each of these failures individually would slow growth. Combined, they created a compounding conversion leak. Customers opted out at every touchpoint. Here's what this friction actually cost Disney. Park merchandise sales plateaued despite record attendance. Disney Plus subscribers weren't converting to park experiences at the expected rates. Customers abandoned carts when forced to jump between incompatible systems mid-purchase. The data exists. You can see it in their earnings calls. Growth slowed not because the products were weak, but because the ecosystem actively discouraged consolidation. This happened because of 3 systemic mistakes that every scaling business makes. First, you build channels independently. Each team optimizes their own platform without considering the customer's complete journey. Disney Plus focused on streaming engagement. Parks focused on on-site revenue. Merchandise focused on inventory turnover. Nobody owned the customer experience across all 3. Second, you treat data as proprietary to each division instead of shared infrastructure. Customer IDs, purchase history, preferences stay siloed because sharing data requires cross-team coordination and honest friction assessment. Third, you launch features without stress testing transitions. The friction between channels doesn't get caught until millions of customers experience it. Now contrast this with Home Depot. Same challenge, legacy retail plus digital disruption. Completely different outcome. Same-day pickup works because inventory is one unified system across stores and online. The app shows real products in real stock at your nearest location. Loyalty points work identically whether you shop in-store or digitally. No surprises, no contradictions, no forced context switching. That consistency compounds. Customers know what to expect, so they shop more. Here's what you must do differently. First, map your entire customer journey before building any single channel. Identify every transition point and eliminate friction there first. Not after launch. Before. Second, make customer data your foundation, not an afterthought. One unified profile that travels across all touchpoints. Third, price consistently across channels. Differentiation is fine, but contradiction kills trust. Fourth, test the transitions obsessively. The weakest part of your omnichannel strategy isn't any single channel, it's the handoff between them. One critical principle: as you scale, friction compounds exponentially. Disney's mistakes affected millions of customers daily. But the same friction patterns kill smaller businesses faster because you have less brand loyalty to absorb the damage. Your competitive advantage at scale isn't more channels. It's fewer friction points. Home Depot proved that. Netflix proved that. Seamless transitions convert. Contradictions leak revenue. So here's the takeaway. Omnichannel isn't about having every channel. It's about making every transition seamless. Your homework is immediate. Audit your customer journey right now and identify where customers must switch systems, change logins, or re-enter information. Most businesses won't do this because it requires cross-team coordination and honest friction assessment. Be different. Fix those transition points before they quietly cost you customers. If you want the framework for auditing omnichannel friction in your business, watch the next video.